Once upon a time, my family had it all, a life filled with more blessings than we could count. But one day, I made a mistake that changed everything. This is my story, a journey through innocence, guilt, and the heavy burden of a single choice that left a mark on my family forever. It's a story of regret, repentance, and how one mistake can still weigh on your soul, even years later. This is me, and this is my older brother. We were inseparable, spending our days together, taking care of our family's horses under the watchful eye of our strict but loving father. He ran our farm and worked as an accountant for the local agricultural department. Everyone knew him for his attention to detail, whether it was balancing books or maintaining farm equipment. He wasn't the type to get angry, but his serious face showed the weight of his responsibilities. I always tried my best not to disappoint him, afraid of hearing any harsh words. I loved my brother more than anything. I wasn't jealous, but I always wondered which one of us was our father's favorite. Even though my brother was sickly and frail due to a medical condition, we still led an active life together. We studied, worked, and played on our vast farm, but our favorite activity was grooming our magnificent horses. We loved the magical sound of the metal brush combing through their thick coats, and the horses always seemed grateful for our care. Then one day, while we were grooming them, I accidentally broke the stiff brush. My father was nearby and quickly came over, asking what happened and who did it. In a moment of panic, I pointed to my brother, blaming him for the accident. He was shocked by my unfair accusation, but he didn't even protest. I had no idea then that this small, careless lie would set off a chain of events that would change our lives forever. Believing my lie, our father harshly reprimanded my brother. He never raised a hand to us, but his tough words were punishment enough for our young hearts. My father kept bringing up the issue, especially when my brother refused to defend himself and stayed silent. My brother didn't say anything to me either, and even avoided looking at me. Only the two of us knew the truth, who the real culprit was, who had lied, and who had falsely accused. As the days passed, the tension in our family grew stronger, and the weight of my unfair accusation consumed me. But even as I watched my brother sink deeper into sorrow, I couldn't bring myself to admit the truth. Before I could gather the courage to admit my lie and apologize to my father, tragedy struck. My brother, overwhelmed by sorrow, lost his appetite, and his already frail body couldn't take it anymore. He fell gravely ill, still refusing to say anything about the broken brush or my betrayal. When the doctor arrived from the neighboring village and examined him, the look on his face told us what we feared. My brother's situation was dire. With tears streaming down my face, I finally confessed to my father what really happened. He didn't say a word, just quietly left the room. On his deathbed, my brother, barely able to keep his eyes open, looked at me with a tear rolling down his cheek. Then he blinked, as if to say, "I forgive you. You're my brother, no matter what." I shivered as I watched him close his eyes for the last time. After my brother's death, the truth finally came out. But it was too late to change anything. The consequences were irreversible, and I had to live with my shame and sorrow forever. I still keep the broken brush as a painful reminder of the heavy price I paid for a small but devastating childhood lie. If only I had understood then what trust really meant, what having a brother really meant, I would have never lied in the first place. My father never confronted me about the broken brush or blamed me for my brother's death. He treated me the same as always. I knew he loved me and wanted to protect me. As the months passed, I noticed his tense expressions gradually softening. Then, one day, after a visit from the village doctor, he smiled wider than I'd ever seen and said, "Don't be sad. You won't be alone anymore. You're going to have a baby brother soon." I'll never forgive myself for betraying the brother I lost, but now I knew exactly how I would care for the baby brother on the way.
Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Got a favorite story you'd love to see us bring to life? Send it our way, and until next time, keep exploring the magic of stories with Story Genie World.